Good afternoon. It's meteorologist Michael Fecca. Welcome back to the afternoon news and weather stream show. But today it is only weather. We've been adding these now to our weekend, so you'll be able to get this 2:30 weather stream Monday through Sunday every day. So that'll be a fun new addition to our digital content. So we're happy that you guys can join us and you can interact with us in the comments. Of course, we stream it out to Facebook and YouTube. So if you're joining us from either place, please feel free to leave a question or a comment. Hopefully, I'll be able to get through it as I go through the forecast here. But let's get started with a look at what we're tracking. Well, first of all, let's check out that background. That is a live look out at the Evansville riverfront there. We've got a sunny day and it is gorgeous. You know, it's not as warm as it was yesterday, but it's not too bad, especially with that sun out there. It is cool. Temperatures are only in the upper 20s to around 30, but it is dry and will likely stay cool and dry here through the rest of this weekend before we really hit a stride for that warm up for the beginning of the work week. And then we're tracking out some slight chances for showers by the time we get into the middle and possibly lingering into the end of next week. Beyond Wednesday, the forecast in terms of those precipitation chances are still a bit uncertain. Models continue to have discrepancies over slight chances for rain. But let's start off with a look at our Doppler radar here, and you can see it is clear. We're not tracking out any issues. We don't even have a cloud in the sky. We'll likely stay sunny here through the rest of this afternoon, and then we'll start to see some clouds filter back in overnight tonight, and that'll set us up for a cloudier start to our Sunday. And then it looks like those clouds should try to break apart a bit as we get into Sunday afternoon, but I think overall it'll be partly sunny to mostly cloudy for the second half of the weekend, and winds will start to come up out of the east as high pressure slides off to our east as well. So that should start to warm us up a little bit, but not nearly as warm as what we're expecting for the start of the work week. But taking a look at those temperatures right now, we're kind of straddling freezing on either side. 34 down towards Greenville, 32 up in Henderson, 30 here in Evansville, and around 31 up towards Oakland City. So not too bad, but it will get cold again for tonight. We'll see temperatures dropping back down into the lower 20s with that increasing cloud cover through tomorrow morning. So here's a look at that forecast for our Sunday. Partly cloudy skies, a touch warmer, temperatures in the upper 30s to around 40 for our highs. Winds will be out of the east-southeast between 6 to 9 miles per hour, and they'll eventually become more southeasterly through the start of the work week, which is why we're going to start to see that warm-up Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday. But Tuesday looks like the warmest day of the next 7 days, and we should stay around or above average here even through the middle of the month. But here's a look at our temperature trend. So our average highs are usually in the mid-40s. We're below that for today and again tomorrow. We'll pop back up above average by the time we get into Monday, topping out in the upper 40s to around 50. And then we top out in the upper 50s with some spots even nearing 60 degrees. I think especially across portions of western Kentucky, that will be a common number. And then with showers moving through Tuesday night and into Wednesday, that'll take our temperatures down by a couple of degrees, but we'll still top out in the upper 40s to around 50 by Wednesday. And then depending on how the rest of the week shakes out, remember it's kind of uncertain beyond Wednesday with those precipitation chances, but that may keep those temperatures a bit cooler. But regardless, we should still only be topping out in the low to mid 40s. So nothing really a major cool down expected here through the next 7 days. It should stay either warm or right around average. So that is good news. Now, in terms of the precipitation outlook for the next 6 to 10 days, it looks like we are expected to run a little bit above average for this time of year. However, looking at our precipitation chances, I think our best bet at some showers are going to be Tuesday night and into Wednesday. And then depending on the rest of the work week, we may see some slight chances for showers here and there through Thursday and into Friday. But let's take a look at those model discrepancies. And this has even changed a lot since yesterday. You know, Tuesday and Wednesday were looking fairly rainy. Now it really looks fairly dry, especially for folks north of the Ohio River. These models really want to keep the shower chances across portions of western Kentucky, but with how awful they've been behaving recently, I still expect us to get some rain showers here across the tri-state regardless Tuesday night and into Wednesday. And then it clears us out by the time we get into Wednesday and Thursday. The GFS model keeps us dry with maybe a sprinkle or a snowflake there for Thursday, but then we're dry through Friday, and then it doesn't bring in our next best chance for rain until next weekend. The European model, kind of similar in how it plays out for Tuesday night. The rain showers move in a bit later on the European model, but they stay kind of right through the tri-state and then begin to push southward by the time we get into early Wednesday morning, and then we see that chance for a sprinkle there maybe Thursday evening, and then we stay dry through Friday and even into next weekend. This kind of keeps us dry through Sunday. So big discrepancies there in terms of what it looks like past Wednesday, but hopefully as we get closer and as each day passes, we'll get some better data and we'll fine-tune those details. But regardless, we're not expecting anything major moving through the tri-state here within the next 7 days. Our best chance for rain, Tuesday night into Wednesday, and even with that, we're not really expecting a whole lot. We maybe get a tenth to a quarter of an inch possible in some spots, so it's not going to be a good bit of rain, but it'll be something. We have been fairly dry, even though we've seen tons of snow so far this winter. It doesn't really add up to a whole lot of liquid equivalent precipitation, so hopefully this rain helps us out a little bit. And one thing is for certain, these temperatures are going to melt the rest of that snowpack, and any little bit of rain we get will really help to take the rest of it away. So by the time we get into the middle of next week, you can kiss all that snowpack goodbye, except for those massive piles that have kind of accumulated there on parking lots and such. But there's a look at your 7-day forecast. So I don't really have a whole lot more there for you, but let me go ahead and check out the comments in the Facebook post. Not really seeing any comments here, so I am going to hop off the live stream and I'll send you guys over to 14 News at 6 tonight and 10, of course, and then we'll be back here at 9 p.m. for our weather stream. So until then, everybody, stay safe and have a great rest of your day.